everybody, welcome to Fiber Fun with Olivia. My name is Olivia. I am a crocheter, I am a knitter, I like to have fun, hence Fiber Fun with Olivia. Welcome! Hi everybody, if you are new here, a new subscriber, or just visiting, welcome to the Fiber Fun Familia. I hope you have a little bit of fiber fun with us, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back! Okay, you guys, let me tell you, I've been MIA for a little bit. Part of it because I've been busy, but part of it because I actually filmed 3 times, tried to video edit 3 times, and it just did not work for whatever reason. It said my file data was corrupted on my SD card, and it's a fairly new SD card, so it's probably something I'm doing wrong. I'm still learning the ropes. I still have my new camera, my new video editing software, so I'm still learning some stuff. So it could be, you know, that I did, in fact, speaking of camera, I did something new to my camera that is showing all these funky things on it now. I hope this works. I hope this one comes out. Anyway, welcome to WIPS, SIPS, and Fiber Fun Chitter Chatter. You know, the last few videos that I recorded that I wasn't able to upload because they just would not work were about some WIPs that I had done for Halloween, and I don't even know where I left them, you guys, because we did a major cleanup over the weekend and I organized everything, but I organized a little bit too much because now I can't find stuff. Do you guys ever do that? I do this all the time. So I'm going to show you my current WIPs that I've been working on the past couple of weeks, actually only the past week, so the past few days. And then we're going to open some yarn subscriptions, 2 of them. And I have a couple of shout outs that I'd like to share with you. You know how when you go on YouTube and you look for videos from YouTubers, I don't have that much time. I wish I could watch every single YouTuber that crochet and knits, but I can't. So I have my faves. And I have a lot of faves. But recently I find myself looking for the same ones, and I wanted to shout out a few of them, not all of them. Hopefully as we move forward in other videos I will shout out more. Some are new, smaller channels like myself, and some have been around for a long time and have a lot of subscribers and views. I just didn't know about them and I recently found them. So that's why I want to shout them out, because you guys might not know about them either. And I think it's cool to shout out people because, you know, recently somebody, not necessarily shouted me out, but shared one of my scrap gun videos in their Facebook Live. And I was it just feels so good, right? When somebody like recognizes your work and even shares it with other people. And it's something really nice to do, right? It gives you the warm, fuzzy feeling. And I want to share that with other people because I've been enjoying their content. So anyway, I am quite chatty. Let's talk about my sip today. I am drinking, and let me take out my little spoon. I am drinking coffee today. This is my sip. What coffee am I drinking? Let me tell y'all, because it is delicious. Seattle's Best Coffee, organic, fair trade, dark roast. We get it at Target, y'all. We get it at Target, my husband and I, and we've been drinking this coffee for a few years now. We discovered it a few years ago, and I kid you not, when people come over to our house and we make them coffee, they're like, oh my gosh, what coffee is this? They really like it for some reason. Not when we use the other coffees, because we like to switch it around every now and then, but we always come back to our favorite, and this is our favorite. Now, they do have a few different varieties, but this one is the one that we love. It's just regular coffee with like a strong flavor but not burned flavor. I'm okay with the burnt flavor. I know a lot of people say that Starbucks tastes burned. I guess I like the burnt flavor too because I love Starbucks. I love Starbucks. Speaking of Starbucks, I'm jumping up from one topic to the next, but that's okay. Speaking of Starbucks, the peppermint mocha. If you haven't tried it, it is now out there at Starbucks for the holidays. It tastes like a peppermint patty with coffee. It's delicious. If you don't like peppermint patties, don't go try it. You won't like it. But I love peppermint patties. I love minty stuff anyway. But the funny thing is that I tend to like white chocolate mochas, and I don't tend to like regular chocolate in my coffee. I'm not a fan of regular chocolate in my coffee. So I was really surprised that I liked the peppermint mocha. Anyway, it's yummy. Go try it if you like that kind of stuff. All right, enough talk about coffee. Let me take my sip. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk to you all about is the doily make-along. Yay! Many of you have been emailing me pictures. Thank you so much. You still have time. I know I had the deadline of November 5th, but as long as you get it to, no, the deadline was November 10th, so you actually still have time. And as long as you get me your doily pictures by November 10th, that is Wednesday, Thursday? I wrote it down, Thursday. As long as you get it to me by the 10th, Thursday, by the end of the day, because on Friday I will be putting all that stuff together Friday evening, and then hopefully uploading for Saturday so that it can go live with all your pictures. I'm so excited to share. Okay, so that's about the doily make-along. Let's talk about a WIP. I don't have my first WIP. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm always saying this, but that's because I'm always showing on Instagram. Fiber Fun with Olivia as well on Instagram. I share lives there as they're happening, like on the weekends or the evenings. And lately I made a fluffy scarf for my teenage daughter. She loves that fluffy yarn that whenever we go look at yarn, she always goes to those really fluffy ones. And I don't know why, but she's like, can you please take me some? She's always asking me to get her some. And I'm like, sure, I'll get it for you, but you're gonna crochet it or you're gonna knit it. And she's like, oh no, it's okay. Well, when she wasn't with me this one time, I do have the wrapper for it. Let me see. I did see this fluffy yarn that I liked. And I thought, this will be good either for a project for me or for her because she likes soft, fluffy yarn. It's by Lion Brand, Go for Faux. Let me show you. Go for Faux. And faux is F-A-U-X, meaning fake in French. Yeah, and this is in the color Chinchilla. So and you can kind of see it right here. I'll try to share some pictures. You probably saw it on my Instagram, but it's like a light gray, almost a white, but with a dark, kind of like a black core. So on the outside, and again, if I can share pictures, I will. I'm pretty sure I have pictures of it that I saved because my daughter's wearing it. She won't let go of it. She wears it every day to school. We live in Northern California in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it's gotten chilly. I love it. I love my chilly, cloudy, weather. I love it, love it, love it. I'm wearing my, our sweaters now and our knits, and yeah, anyway. So she's wearing it and she loves it. It did take 2 balls of it. The yarn is a super bulky 6-weight yarn. And I did use, what needles did I use? They were big. That reminds me, I was going to talk about the needles. Okay, I went and got them. These are the needles that I used, and they have a long cord. I had not opened these because I rarely work with bulky yarn. I kind of go on and off. And so I had gotten these. They're really light. I think they're bamboo, but they're sturdy, and I really enjoy their chia goo, if I didn't mention that. I'll try to link them in the description below. But they're really sharp, so you have to be careful. They're really sharp. They do lose a little bit of that sharpness as you're using it. Thank goodness, because they were a little bit too sharp, kind of dangerous. So I did have to be careful, but they've lost a little bit of that, but they still hold enough sharpness that it makes it so easy to work with that bulky yarn. So these were a joy to work with this bulky yarn. So yeah, 6 weight, 3.5 ounces, 65 yards or 60 meters. So, and I used 2 balls of these for that scarf. All I did was knit stitch across. I think I knit 20 stitches, and I just went over and over and over and over, and that's all I did. And she loves her scarf. She's so happy with it. So that was the knit scarf. Let's take another sip, shall we? The next WIP, work in progress, is the Happy Holiday blanket. That's a crochet item. Let me show you. I have most of it in this project bag that I got recently on Etsy. Let me show you. Actually, let me show you the pattern first. Here we go. It is a free downloadable pattern. It's the Red Heart Happy Holiday Throw, designed by Marlene Forrestal on the Yarnspirations website. Let's see if I can put this picture up here so you can see it. It's a really cute throw. I felt like it was a modern holiday throw, this modern twist with the teal in there and the pink in there. And I did originally plan to use and purchase the yarn that they recommend here, but I started putting stuff in my cart, and then I thought, you know what? No. I'm going to de-stash more yarn. I have a lot of yarn, even if it doesn't come out exactly. So that's what I did, and I'm really glad that I did, because I did find colors that were similar to some of these. So for the most part, it's going to be these colors, except for a couple. Well, let me show you what I have so far, and then I'll show you what yarn I'm using with it. So this is what I have so far. You all know I love my texture and my color. So I am really enjoying this. So the teal, I definitely had some teal, and I had some pink. I did switch up the orange. I'm using another, like this, one of them is a yellow, or no, I think it's not the yellow because it does use yellow, but the orange, instead of using orange, I'm using, it's kind of like a gold, or I forget what the name of the color is, but I'll show them to you in a bit. And then, what was the other color? The off-white color too. I'm using kind of a bone color. And then this, I'm using chinchilla, and I can't remember. I think there are 2 oranges in there, one lighter and one darker. And instead of using that darker one, I'm using this chinchilla color, which is kind of like a taupe. So I am really, really enjoying this. I feel like looking at this, you don't really think Christmas, but I'm hoping that once the red rose tie in and then with the red border, it'll look Christmassy enough. And if not, it's okay, because I still love the way that it's coming out. I'm really happy with it. So let me show you some of the yarn that I'm using with it. So for that bone color, a while back I bought some Color Theory yarn off of the Lion Brand website. And so I got this one in the color Moonbeam, which is, this really reminds me of a Knit Pics swish that I used a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure the color was Bone. I don't know if it's still available, but that's what it reminds me of. I really liked it, and so this Moonbeam Color Theory yarn, I'm really loving it. I wasn't sure. I was kind of going back and forth whether I was enjoying the Color Theory yarn. I love the colors, but I wasn't sure if I liked the yarn. But I really do like it. It's different than other yarns. I thought it was going to be splitty, but it's not splitty at all. It feels like it's going to be splitty because it's very airy, is what I would call it. It feels like an airy yarn. And so I think, oh no, it's going to split, but it really doesn't split. I need to look more into how this was made. I know that different strands of yarn are made differently. I'm using that one. Another one I'm using, another Color Theory is this one. And all of these, I was reading on the website that the Color Theory yarns are meant to all work together, kind of like Vanna's Choice. That's what it makes me think of. Back in the day, for those of you that remember, no matter what color you threw in, any of the Vanna's Choices colors, they all went together. And so that is kind of the color theory yarn idea as well, based on what I read, that no matter which colors you throw in there from this line, they're going to go together. Well, I got a few of them to try out, and now I'm just using some of them. This one is in the color Bee Pollen. And I'm not usually a fan of gold, but I'll tell you what, this just has something. It's kind of like gold mixed with mustard. And I think that's why I like it. It's more of a dark mustard, like a gray poupon. So I really like that one too. I am also using some Premier Anti-Pilling. And this one is in the color Chinchilla. These are all 4-weight yarn, worsted weight yarn, by the way. And the other one I'm using, on the picture it's more of a teal, like a Tiffany's blue robin's egg. But the one that I'm using is Porcelain Blue, also Premier Anti-Pilling. But I feel like this kind of does look tealish or robin's egg or Tiffany blue. What do you guys think? It's really pretty. I like this. So yeah, that's Porcelain Blue. And then for the pink, I'm using these, were all in my stash, you guys. So I'm really glad I'm de-stashing. Basic Stitch Anti-Pilling, also from Lion Brand. Oops, I just dropped something. What color is this? This is in Hot Pink. Now the pattern uses kind of a bubblegum pink, but this is Hot Pink. This is actually the color of this Basic Stitch yarn. Definitely love, I love all of these that I'm using actually. And last but not least, I am using a Cascade Yarns, the wrapper I took it off, 220 Superwash in the color 820. That's what I'm using for the yellow. This is a really pretty one. So I'm super proud of myself that I am using all of those to de-stash and to make this what I think, if I do say so myself, is a beautiful blanket. I mean, the pattern, you can't go wrong, because no matter what colors that you love, you throw them in there, and it doesn't have to be a holiday blanket. It could just be a de-stash blanket, right? You guys have seen my video, hopefully, and if you haven't, I'll link it down below. But yeah, I talk about how I de-stashed a lot of yarn making these blankets. And so here's another one that could easily be added to that video. So I'm really happy with this. I cannot wait to finish this. Oh, and I am using a J 6.0 millimeter crochet hook. I know it's worsted weight, but I am a tight crocheter, and that gives me a little bit of a looser stitch. That's why it's not a tight, and it has drape, because I'm using a J hook for this worsted weight yarn. And these are my favorite crochet hooks. I know they have different ones, but these are my fave because they have a little bit of width here, but not too much. Let's have another sip, shall we? Yum. And now I'd like to share some YouTube channels that I've been watching on and off, and I've really been enjoying, and I find myself that when I have a little bit of time after work or on the weekend, I look for these YouTube channels to see if they have another video. So the first one is called, I have them written right here, The Sunbird Crochet. The person whose channel this is named Claudia Dingle. She is in Germany, and she has just this really nice and soothing talk, and she talks about her projects. I've spoken about her before. I think, yes, she was the one that kind of got me into trying some crochet socks, which, by the way, I need to make that second sock. She does live in Germany, And so sometimes she'll take a walk in her beautiful garden, and it's just so relaxing. And she always has these beautiful projects that she's working on. She is so very talented, and just she's a joy to watch. And she feels like someone that I would sit down with and have some coffee or some tea and just talk about our crochet or knitting projects. I think she does both. She does knit and crochet, because the socks, she had both knit and crochet. So I will put her YouTube channel information down below. Go give her a visit, check her out. I just know you're going to enjoy her channel. I know I do, and I'm always looking for new videos from her. So the second person the second YouTube channel I would like to recommend, her name is Jackie, and she is in Louisiana here in the United States. She is into 80s. Sometimes she talks about ADHD issues. She's funny. She has such a sense of humor. The name of her YouTube channel is Crochetedy HD. She's so fun to watch. She has this sense of humor, and her video editing is fun. So go check her out. Tell her I said hello. She's really fun to watch, and she always has these great projects that are colorful. She likes color like I do, and she loves the 80s like I do, which is why I enjoy watching her. So yeah, go check out Jackie and say hello. The third YouTube channel that I would like to shout out is called Not Quite Enough Yarn, and Leslie is in the UK. Many of you probably already know about Leslie. In fact, I believe one of you recommended her to me. One of you put in the comments on a prior video and said, you remind me of Leslie. She has a similar, like, silly sense of humor. You should go check her out. Well, I went to check her out, and I love her videos. Her sense of humor is like witty, and oh my gosh, I'm so not like that. I'm like, if I have a sense of humor, it's because I'm a dork. It's just me being myself and being dorky. And so hopefully that makes you giggle and laugh sometimes, but I'm just being me. But no, Leslie has like a witty sense of humor, and she makes the most beautiful things. And now I'm wondering, was it Claudia or was it Leslie that got me started on the socks? Oh my gosh, you guys. I see so many videos, and just I get all. Anyway, go check out Leslie. Not Quite Enough Yarn. Super fun to watch as well. Beautiful projects. All three of these ladies have beautiful, gorgeous projects, wonderful sense of humor, and just the way that they are, the way that they speak. They're fun to watch, and I enjoy them. So I thought I'd share them with you as well. If you have any favorite channels, especially those smaller channels, let me know. I want to go check them out. I was going to open my 2 subscriptions, but I think I'm going to do that in a separate video, because this video is long enough. And keep your eye out for a Throwback Thursday video coming soon as well. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will talk to you later. Bye!